Yeah. Hi, Nanda. Good afternoon. So, could you please tell me about yourself?
Hi, ma'am. My name is Nanda Gopal. I have completed my BE in 2016. I am of a mechanical engineering background. I have a testing experience of total of 2.5 years, and I have worked in Selenium and TestNG and Cucumber frameworks.
Mhm.
Uh, in Selenium, I have mostly worked in weights and window handlings, and these are the things I have worked. And in TestNG, worked in some annotations
Mhm.
and data providers. So these are the things I have mainly covered.
Okay. So, what type of methodology have you used, and could you please explain me your methodology?
We have mainly worked in agile methodology.
Mm-hmm.
Agile nowadays the main technology we are using is agile methodology. It is
Mm-hmm.
a project management approach that involves breaking the project into phases and for continuous improvement and for collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
It the team will follow a set of planning, execution, and evaluating.
Okay. So, can you explain me the process?
Yes, ma'am. So there are a set of principles in the agile.
Mm-hmm.
So meeting users end with continuous meeting and continuous delivery of work. Uh, Collecting the requirements
Mm-hmm.
and completing the tasks at regular intervals, working with the project team and business owners daily,
Mm-hmm.
using some completed work to measure progress.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so these are the things we will do in the agile methodology.
Okay. So, what are the ceremonies we have in Agile?
Ceremonies,
Yeah.
sprint planning,
Mm-hmm.
a daily scrum,
Mm-hmm.
sprint review,
Mm-hmm.
backlog refinement. So these are the ceremonies which are present in agile.
Okay. So, what about retrospective?
Sprint retrospective, yes. Five ceremonies.
Okay. Okay, so what about like sprint planning? What are the things that you observe in sprint planning? So are you part of sprint planning?
Yes, ma'am. I'm part of the sprint planning.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can you tell me like what are the observation that you had as part of sprint planning? What will the other team do?
Yeah, the team gathers to kick off a new sprint, which
Mm-hmm.
is a fixed period dedicated for completing a set of given tasks.
Mm-hmm.
The process begins with establishing the sprint goal. A sprint goal, which is a high level objective that helps the team understand the desired outcome of the sprint. The team uh, develops some backlog items to be developed in the sprint. Uh, so the project owners will maintain the list and ensure the items are clear. So these are the things we will do in the sprint planning.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what are the types of testing that you have used?
So types of testing, manual testing, uh, uh, automation testing.
Okay. So under manual testing, what are the other types of testing that you usually perform?
Uh, the In manual testing, we usually perform black box testing,
Mm-hmm.
white box testing. So unit testing, system testing, integration testing, acceptance testing. So these are the types of testing we usually perform in manual testing.
Okay, so what is the difference between smoke testing and sanity testing?
Smoke versus sanity.
Yes.
Both are the types of manual testing. So smoke testing is executed in the initial builds of software product. Sanity testing built on is done on builds that have passed smoke test and rounds of regression testing. Smoke testing measure the stability of the newly created build to face of more rigorous testing. Sanity testing evaluate rationality and originality of the functionalities of software builds. Smoke testing is a subset of acceptance testing. Sanity testing is a subset of regression testing. Smoke testing is done by developers or testers. Sanity testing is done only by testers.
Okay. So can you explain me, can you just share your screen and explain me on defect life cycle? Take any notepad or like it's Zoom, right? You can share your whiteboard as well.
In Notepad, I will. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, please. Can you start? Can you start sharing the screen? Yes. Defect life cycle.
Yes, ma'am. So regarding the defect life cycle, whether the screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes, it's visible for me.
So defect life cycle.
Yes.
First, it will be the bug. First, a defect is an error or bug in an application that is created during the building of software, and due to which software will show some abnormal behavior during its time. So in defect life cycle, mainly it refers to the entire stage starting from new defect detected to closing up by the tester. The journey of defect cycle varies from organization to organization, from the project perspective and from the development perspective. The states which are in the defect life cycle are new,
Okay.
then assigned, then open, then fixed, then pending retest,
Okay.
verified and closed.
Okay.
In the retest,
Mm-hmm.
tickets which we use will be reopened also.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what is the status called deferred?
What, ma'am?
So what is the status called deferred?
Deferred.
Yes.
DIFFERD.
DEFFERED.
Um, it comes under the open state.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It will be addressed by the developer team, and the developer works on the defect, and they will fix the bug.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Based on some specific reason, if the developer team feels that the defect is not appropriate,
Mm-hmm.
then it is tra- transferred to either the rejected or deferred state.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we'll move on. So can you tell me what are the OOPS concept you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
OOPS concepts we mainly used in the Java.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it is a object-oriented programming language.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Proceed.
The OOPS concept which we do are inheritance,
Mm-hmm.
encapsulation,
Mm-hmm.
polymorphism,
Mm-hmm.
abstraction, and interface.
So what is the difference between abstraction and interface?
Yes, ma'am. The difference between both are OOPS concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the main difference between the abstract in abstract class has a default constructor.
Mm-hmm.
It's called whenever concrete subclass is instantiated.
Mm-hmm.
In in inheritance,
Mm-hmm.
um, inheritance one class will be extended to another class. So the codes will be reused from one class to another class. The existing class will be called as the superclass,
Mm-hmm.
uh, whereas the derived class will be known as the subclass.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can we create constructor for abstract class and interface?
Can you come again, ma'am?
Can we create constructor for abstract class and interface?
Uh, abstract constructor for abstract class and interface.
Yes.
For uh, for abstract class, constructor can be created. In interface, constructor cannot be created and it cannot be instantaneated.
So what is mean by instantiated?
Like initializing.
Okay. So how is that you're going to initialize?
Like after writing the code will be like initializing, like it will be creating some new instances and objects we'll be using in a program.
Instantiated is really mean like creating object.
Creating new instances of objects.
Yes, that's what, like creating object. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So the next question is, how will you call constructor of the abstract class?
Constructor of a abstract class.
Yes.
Um, in abstract class, it will have a default constructor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is called when the subclass is instantiated.
Mm-hmm.
It contains abstract methods as well as some non-abstract methods.
Mm-hmm.
The class which extends the abstract class should not require the implementation of all the methods. So only abstract methods will be implemented in the subclass. So abstract class contains instance variables.
That class contains instance variable. But I was asking about the constructor, right? How to call the constructor of abstract class?
So it will have a default constructor. So we
Okay.
can create
Mm-hmm.
or it will have default constructor.
Okay. So moving on, what are the collections have you used?
Uh, Collections, I used hash map,
Mm-hmm.
hash table,
Mm-hmm.
hash set,
Mm-hmm.
linked hash map, array list, vector list, linked list. So these are the some of the collections I have worked.
Okay. So what is the difference between hash map, hash table, and linked hash map?
Uh, yes, ma'am. Yeah, hash map is unordered and unsorted map.
Mm-hmm.
Hash map is a good choice when we don't care about the order.
Mm-hmm.
It allows one null key and multiple null values.
Mm-hmm. So what will happen if
Hash
I
table,
provide what will happen if I provide more than one null key?
it will
In
not take it.
mm-hmm.
It
It
will
will
not
not
take.
take it inside, whether it will give me error or like how will be the scenario?
Like when the output is generated, it will neglect the more than one
Oh,
null key.
okay, super. Next, yeah.
Hash table.
Mm-hmm.
In hash table, the methods of the class are synchronized.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it slows the performance.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't allow anything that is null.
Okay.
In the linked hash map, the data which we give in the insertion order, it will maintain the insertion order.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it is slower than the hash map. Um, uh, it will be faster than the hash table, but it will be slower than the hash map.
Okay.
Duplicate keys are not allowed.
Where in hash table or
Linked hash.
hash? Okay. Okay. So what is the difference between array and array list?
Yes, ma'am, array and array list. Array, it is a in array the size matters. Size should be given at the time of array declaration.
Mm-hmm.
In array list, size is not required. It changes the size dynamically.
Mm-hmm.
To put an object into the array, we need to specify the index.
Mm-hmm.
In array list, no index is required.
Mm-hmm.
Array is not type para. parameterized. Array list in Java is parameterized.
So what was the parameterized and not parameterized?
Um, Parameterized, uh, so which, which the data will be given. So that is the parameters.
But we are giving data for array as well, right?
Yes, ma'am. Parameterized. It is created the first time um, when it is for different data types.
Okay. Array
Uh,
list.
what, ma'am?
I mean, array list allows different data types. That is what you're telling me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will study more about it, ma'am.
Okay then. So array list will never give allows you to like add different data type. It is same only. The only thing is like here the size is not limited. That's it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So moving on to Selenium, could you tell me how you'll handle your alert?
Yes, ma'am. In alerts, it is a main kind of automation testing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so if you are filling out an application form, and if we miss out a few uh, details mistakenly, so if there is an pop-up window to notify it, it will show as a alert.
Okay.
So there are different types of alerts. So simple alert, like prompt alert, confirmation alert.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the types of alerts.
Okay. So how will you, can you write a code for me to navigate into a nested frame? So I'll tell you like what it is. Okay. So how it look like. So I'm just sharing the screen for a little while. So if you see,
Um,
this is my page.
okay, ma'am.
Okay. I have another frame here.
Okay, ma'am.
So this is your first frame. This is your second frame. So there are text. I want to get the text A from here, and then I need to take the text from here. That's it, simple. Okay, first I need this text to be printed and the next text B should be printed. So what will you do? How will you do? Can you just write me the code? Stop sharing it.
First, from
You can,
the
you can share the screen if you want.
yes, ma'am. I will share.
Yes.
So first, we have to get the web driver. Which web driver we are using?
Mm-hmm.
If you are using Chrome driver, so I am taking Chrome driver.
Okay. You can leave those part like opening a browser. So I just want how will you work on the frame alone?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
So first, for getting the uh, parent ID, driver dot switch to
Mm-hmm.
switch to dot frame.
Okay.
So in this, we can find by the name, the ID, or
Mhm.
the website.
Okay.
So let's take the parent ID will be frame 1.
Mhm.
Then we if you want to go to the child frame, driver dot switch to switch to dot frame, like it will be like frame 3.
Mhm.
So for getting the text, we have to give a get text.
Okay.
So the text has to be printed.
Mhm.
So I will give it as like this.
Yes.
So then in sysout, so in sysout we have to print this text.
Okay.
This text.
Okay.
So for the parent frame, we have to then come again to the parent frame.
Yes.
So string, I will give
How to
dash
come to
text.
parent frame?
Yes, ma'am. That will text one. Driver dot um, switch to dot. We have to like to a parent frame. Driver dot switch to dot parent frame.
Mhm.
So we will use that condition parent frame.
Okay.
So dot get text. So in this out, we can print text one.
Okay. So moving on, what are the types of weight we have?
Uh, yes, ma'am. Weights implicitly weight, uh, explicitly weight, and fluent weight.
Okay. So can you explain me your framework?
Framework, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So it's automation framework. So automation framework is a suite of automation testing tools. It could run the test directly on the target browser, drive the interactions on the required web page, and rerun them without any manual input. It eliminates repetitive manual testing that consumes a lot of timing and effort.
Mhm.
It conforms with the idea of agile, which
Mhm.
endorses continuous delivery workflow.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So what is POM?
Uh, POM we mainly used in Selenium. It is a page object model. It is a design pattern in Selenium that creates an object repository for storing all web elements. It helps reduce code duplication and improves test case maintenance. In POM, each web page of an application, it considers as a class file.
Okay. Fine.
So these are things of.
So what are the report type that you have used?
The emailable report type and HTML report type.
Okay.
So in a emailable report type, we will click on the emailable report.html and then we will click on the option web browser. So the output reports in test-ng reporting will show the cases that are passed in the reports, and then it is indexed dot html. So if we right click on the index.html from the project directory, we have to select one web browser option. It will display the following results which we have performed in the test which we have performed in the framework.
Okay.
Then a reporter class will be there. So I will see more about it now.
Yeah, sure. Okay, Nanda. Actually, I'm done with my questions. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes,
yeah. Bye.
Can I stop the screen sharing?
Yes, you can. Believe. Yeah.